Hi Maria, how you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing very, very good, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Tell us what has been happening for 2023 so far for you. I do believe that you've recently come back to Shanghai, is that correct?
Exactly. I was living before. My first time was 2018 till 2020, and as like most of foreigners left in 2020 because of pandemic, so I was one of them. And I just get opportunity to came back here in 2022, but only in the end, unfortunately.
Right. So you got to celebrate Chinese New Year and Christmas here?
Um, yeah, I've been during this time, but I didn't celebrate.
Right. So has it been difficult for you to come back after 3 years, or has it been just like another second home for you?
I get used to live here. It's like my second home, I could say, because I was a very young girl when I just arrived here, and I had no experience. And like like slowly, I get to this like Chinese community. I was studying in university. I was working
Oh.
as a part time illegally everywhere. This is China. China, China motivates you work everywhere. Like
But
keep
that was the standard, bud. Like before the pandemic, it was very easy to get a visa. It was very easy to get a job. I think they've sort of changed the rules a little bit now. I'm glad that you're back in China and you're all happy. And so, well, then tell me, where were you before you come back to China the end of last year? Tell me a little bit about 2022, because I do believe you had a bit of a up and down. I'd actually like to give a little quote. Because of Russia, I escaped from my country to Portugal to learn Portuguese to find work. Due to crisis and bad luck in Europe, I made a decision to work in the Maldives to survive. Well, where I was abused again. After was deported to Thailand by chance to meet again person X from the past, tried to apply for a China visa, then bought a ticket to Sri Lanka and entered finally my last destination, which is like a little cave, which I'm assuming means that you come back to China. So uh, tell us, I mean, that's a lot of things happening there. So tell us a little bit about what you wrote there on WeChat.
Mm. So, as you see, that was like unplanned plan for 2022.
Yes.
Who knows? Yeah. Honestly, I didn't plan and expect that I will going through like Maldives, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and even China. Even China, like I even forget that. Yeah, in 2020, I was living in China. I was studying. I even didn't graduate. I forget. I like live in the
Mm.
past. This is all things. And like what happened when like 24 February 2022 the war started in Ukraine. It was terrible because everyone was afraid of everything. We could not watch just news because no one trusts anyone. Like Russian side talked that one, Ukrainian side talked that one. And of course, like in my opinion, Russians motherfuckers. Like I cannot like defend and protect their side, and I'm like super Ukrainian girl. I will fight for my country till the end.
Of course.
And yeah, and like with one day people can lose everything. That's what we realized in 2022, and we can get used to any conditions where we can live. That's also show me 2022. So after 1 month of Russian invasion, yeah, I understand that I cannot stay in Ukraine because I need money. I need to work. I
Yes.
need to, yeah, I need to help, to support, to, I don't know. I need to keep my life going on, And thanks my friend, Portuguese friend, Carlos. We've been studying here in Shanghai, and we still keep in touch. He could find a way to get a job in Portugal, near capital Lisboa. And like my job was supposed to be like sales marketing manager or social
Mm.
media marketing manager.
Yes.
So just imagine, like the sky is closed, or all airports are like also closed, or most of them bombed. They doesn't exist anymore. And
Yes.
I just took evacuative train to Hungary, uh, to get to Portugal, because no flights. Yeah, the closest is in
Mm.
Hungary. So it was pretty difficult, because evacuative trains, they don't go very fast, because in that case, if it's bombing or rockets falling down, the train stops for a couple of hours, yeah, just to keep safety and blah blah blah, and then it
Yeah.
will keep going. So we were like driving quite long time to Hungary. After Hungary, when I reached, I booked tickets to Lisbon,
Mm.
and then yeah, I found a work. But with 1 month, I understand that I'm not going to cooperate with my boss, because in that situation, that's Europe is full of Ukrainians. Some not good people in Europe, they use us as volunteers. I mean, like, it's not paid a job. That
Mm.
was related to me. I was a victim of that situation, when people tell me, just sorry, you can only live here for free, but we cannot pay you. I said, what the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, and I start to think, in the bars, in the restaurants, to earn at least something.
Mm.
And I met a guy who was owner of cafe, and he said, you need to go to Porto. Porto city is a city of opportunities. There you will find a job, and the city is much cheaper. You know, I was like a bit skeptical, because I already lost my hope. But that
Mm.
person buy for me tickets to Porto, and he said, I swear you will get something, because you deserve it. I said, okay, okay. So I went to Porto. I was living there for 7 months. I was trying to find my opportunity, but unfortunately, I couldn't find any job.
After 7 months.
Yes, it was impossible.
Wow.
Like these countries, on the south of Europe, like Italy, Spain, Portugal, everything is about siesta. Like they like to have a rest, they like to take a nap, they're like working very slowly, slowly, slowly. I cannot say they're lazy, but they don't take actions very fast when it's getting seriously. Is what it was for me.
Mm.
So I could not wait for 7 months. They even told me, like, Maria, you need to learn Portuguese to find a job, like proper job for your major.
Right.
Because there are a lot of jobs, yeah, to clean floor, to wash dish, to do some like not, educative things, yeah.
Mm.
But I wanted to fight myself. So
Yes.
yeah, I learned 3 months of Portuguese in an intensive way to get fast job. But yeah, I can falar Português, but I'm not working there now.
Hola, hola. So, what were you doing in those 7 months? You must have had some savings there for you to survive, right?
Yeah, I was living with my savings, and I
Mm.
have some passive income, because I'm astrologer. Maybe you're skeptical, yeah, maybe you don't believe, but this my life. It's everything
Mm.
about stars, about destiny, magic. I even have tattoo of the sun. Yeah, many
Oh, there you
things
go.
happening by reason. And I'm still like working in this field. I'm helping people to understand what is going on in their life. Yeah. And
Right.
yeah, this is the way how I survive in 2022. So in Portugal, I'm very thankful that Portugal is the cheapest maybe country in the south of Europe, because comparing to Italy, France, Germany, yeah, it's crazy. But still, why I left Portugal? Because if you want to rent accommodation, for example, yeah, the average price is 600 euros. But in the
Mm.
winter, someone told me you need to prepare only for electricity bills at least 1,000 euros. So I said, whoa, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I escaped. I was traveling. I was exploring Portugal. I was everywhere, from the north to south, from the
Yes.
east to west, and even visited some islands in the Atlantic Ocean. It's amazing
Wow.
country. It's nice for tourism, but economy sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's true. So, So I just wanted to get back and talk a little bit about like the Ukraine and Russian war. But like, are your family still there? Have they
Yeah,
have they left?
yeah.
So how did it all start? Because I have a friend there that's still there, and as well, I used to work with him here in Shanghai, and apparently he just got a message just saying, okay, you can go to this bunker or this bunker, and then it was like it was like martial law. So I do believe that, and I might be wrong, but martial law to me is when the girls and the children can leave the country, but the men have to fight for the country. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience there? I mean, I know it's tragic, but I feel that it's important and interesting.
Yeah. It's really tragic. It's everyone's scary, but I told you, the scary was in a February or even March 2022. Now Ukrainian people, they don't afraid of anything. Like they,
that's good.
if they that's a problem. Yeah, we know how to survive. We hear some like suspicious sound, like alarm or I don't know, something like about danger. Yeah, but we don't take action that much. We don't react that much. We like, okay, somewhere fall down. Okay, now we are like this because we need to live our life. Yeah, we need to go on. But in my experience, when the war started, I couldn't believe. I arrived a day before war started from Georgia to Ukraine, and at the time when I was arriving, like maybe several days before, all flights they start to cancel. And no one knew the reason. Like some airlines, few workers, what is going on? No one even could explain because they just cut down. And when I arrived, it was like dark evening. I go to sleep. I throw my luggage. I said, tomorrow I wash my clothes. Tomorrow. And I sleep maybe 5 hours, yeah. And then in the morning, early morning, my mom called me like, Maria, you need to wake up immediately and get away. Come to our house because the war started. I said, Mom, let me sleep. It's bullshit. Yeah, everyone like this because it's 21st century. What is about war? It was like a long time ago. I couldn't believe, and I was even fighting with my parents because I said no. And after they said, look into the sky from the window, and look what is going on the street. I opened the window and I was really shocked because with just a few hours, maybe half an hour on the street, there is a bunch of people there packing cars, clothes, like they escaping. This is a gesture of escape. And I understand that there is something is serious, so I also take my unpacked luggage from yesterday. I took to my parents. And we just were keeping watching news like whole day because maybe we were thinking it's kind of a special operation, as Russian says. Maybe it's some training like martial training, but no. With a few hours we understand that is real sound, real victims. Disaster. And we moved to another house in the Irpin. Irpin is the city which was occupied by Russia in the beginning of war. So without electricity, without water, totally destroyed. It's about nowadays, But we've been in the beginning, in the end of February. So we were staying there. And we even, we didn't sleep like in the beds. I remember we were sleeping in the sofa like homelesses, with how to say that, with a coat, with a scarf, with a hat, because it was winter outside.
Freezing cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty cold. And for example, if we hear something suspicious, we go into basement. Just imagine if it's outside, like -3, -4, in the basement is the same temperature. So we were like
Mm.
up and down, up and down, up and down, like 2022. And one night, yeah, I was sleeping with my coat. On my belly was my dog. And I remember 3 a.m. at night, like the windows, and
Oh my God.
all glass is like it's coming to me. Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked. I just was shocked. I didn't cry. We didn't cry. We never cry. We were like just keeping silence and like always in the hurry, like, okay, take car, let's go. It was danger from two sides. To stay there because you can die, and actually all people who were living on the street, they die. All houses are destroyed now, and this the place we were living. And another danger, to escape, because that time the city was like occupied by Russia, let's say. Yeah.
Mm.
That time they start to rape women, to kill men, to rape children, to just steal many things from the houses. Like, yeah. And it was danger to escape because those time Russian, they always, like, for example, if you take a car, yeah, they just can put a gun and kill all family in the car. So it means like this. On the street, if you drive, it was very dangerous because anytime anything can fall down. That time were many victims. So two sides danger, to stay there and escape there. But we
Yeah.
escaped, fortunately,
That's good.
to another city, to our grandma and grandpa. And I was staying with them for 1 month, and my family was staying with them maybe for 3 months.
Oh, that's
Then
great.
they came back to Kiev, and I'm from Kiev, actually.
Right. Wow. What an amazing story. And you said that your family's safe now.
Yes, they
Yeah,
safe. Of course, they safe, but they are not relaxed.
yeah, that's of
Uh,
course.
uh, they following some safe rules. Yeah, they get used to. There is no another way, because my father cannot left as every man in the war. Yeah, it's martial law.
Mm.
You need to stay. You need to support
Yeah,
the country. My mother, she's a part of my father, so she cannot also escape. And I
yeah,
have a little brother who still needs Ukrainian education. He's 12
yeah,
years old, and he's studying. So yeah.
yeah. Tough times. But I'm so happy to hear that you've got through this. And like you were saying before, it'd be very easy to be scared and very panic. So,
Yeah.
but like you said, everyone was very quiet and very, very, very okay. Let's get through this. Your mother and father, like, what did they do in this time to make money? And is it just, again, all on savings, or has the government got some sort of rule where they give some money out to help while this time? And are people able to work, or what's happening over there now?
Government, they do not support. We don't have money in the country.
Mm.
My parents, they are working slowly work.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, a business about travel agency. When you
Oh,
let people go abroad to have a rest.
mm,
But from Ukraine to do this is very complicated, because you need to use, like bus, train to get to the closest European airport, and then you get flight from any destination. But yeah, they still working, but tough time, let's say. But the business was stopped for 6 months. Yeah, but after 6 months, people understand they need to have a rest.
yeah, that's right.
But everything is about women. Like, it's not about men. Only women can take rest.
Yeah, yes. It's so unfortunate. I just hope that they can resolve it, and then we can just get on with our lives, because we've had the pandemic, and now we've had the war, and I mean, come on.
Disaster. This is a world disaster.
Mm,
Came to, like, I think it's since 2020. I believe in energy. the world, yeah, is listening. It's like it's hearing our voice, and we don't follow some things. And like, okay, the first step was about Corona, yeah, about pandemic. So did we get any lesson? No, we still was doing some bullshit, let's say. So after is war, after is like earthquake in the Turkey and Syria, right?
Oh,
It
yeah.
it was full moon. I remember full moon, 6th of 6th of February is world disaster. We don't follow some things, and in my prediction, in my opinion, we're getting worse and worse and worse. Like many lands, they will go down under the water. Yeah, maybe some lands like even nearby the China, Japan, yeah, Korea, some islands in the Europe. It's probably Netherlands, Great Britain, and blah blah blah. So yeah, this is time, not sweet time now.
Yeah. I guess now I think what I get out of the pandemic and, having a lot of wasted time, not being able to travel, not being able to work, is that when it does open up, or if you do get an opportunity to travel or go somewhere, you do it. You do whatever you can to get on that flight and book that hotel and just go. Don't sort of, oh no, I'll wait till next summer. No, if you get an opportunity, you do it now.
Exactly. So, now
yeah.
we need to take actions immediately. If we get some opportunity, we need to like very quickly take it. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah, I
we
totally
need to
agree.
live a life with one day. No need to wait for near future. Maybe we don't have near future. Probably.
Right. And I think that like some people are still scared to go out, and it's like
you're talking about China.
China in particular, because they're yeah, I think they're scared. I think it's more there's more things that they're scared about other than just the pandemic. But yeah, the pandemic is still something that for them it's they're still very worried about it.
The problem that Chinese, they don't know how to live a life. They think that whole world is about pandemic, but we have actually some extra things, some extra problems and issues in our life to solve out. And I'm very happy that it happened finally in the end of 2022. Yeah, in December there was a high level of pandemic. Everyone gets sick, likely and likely. But it should happen before, motherfucker. It should happen in 2020. What happened to all of us? And in 2022, we already removed masks. Yeah, we already relieved other conditions to live a life. But China does only now. Yeah, very very slow.
Well, better late than never, I guess.
Better late than never.
And I want to talk about you growing up. So, like you've said, you're born in the Ukraine. Tell me what it was like growing up there when you were a kid. Was it Kiev that you grew up?
Yeah. Okay.
Tell us about Kiev, and what were your mother and father? What were their occupations?
I was born in a very young family of young women and men. My mom was even studying bachelor degree. My father as well. So I was growing up with my grannies. Yeah, they grew up because parents, they need to focus on their job, major, and blah blah blah. So till the 6 years old, I was living with my grandpa, grandma. I'm very grateful for them. Yes. When my parents get elderly, they take care of me, of course. But still, they're too young. Yeah, I was studying Chinese since childhood.
Really?
Yeah, from 6 years old, I think.
Why?
My decision. I don't know. Sometimes I feel some extra things. For example, at 6 age time, yeah, I told I go to China. I will live my life in China. I knew that.
Yeah, right.
I did it.
Well, that's going to be one of my questions later on. But yeah, why did you start China? So you've already answered that. So there you go.
But this was planned like in a long time ago. It was like planned trip, maybe 16 years ahead.
And were you a shy girl growing up, or were you one of those confident kids?
I was very shy. I had too many complexes. I think it's related about family roots, behavior, your surroundings. I was very smart girl. I maybe was super pooper, but I didn't have any friends. Everyone used me in the school, like give me homework. What is first? What is second? A B C D. Like this, in this way. I never had like friends as the girls. I don't trust women, unfortunately, in my life. All my friends, they were like, all my buddies, they were boys. Until now, all my best friends, they are men.
Yeah, right. But why was that? Were they jealous of you, or was it just
when I like get matured? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah, jealous, of course.
yeah.
Woman is a very interesting creature. They can do whatever. Like you know, like man and woman, they don't compare anything. Like they don't compare size of boobs, size of yeah. But woman, unfortunately, you're more beautiful, you're more clever, you have more this. Your boyfriend is much yeah, too much headache.
Yeah. So was there always a thought of you like leaving the Ukraine? Being words in there, oh, you should stay in the Ukraine and support the family, or were you just you wanted to move out as soon as you can?
Yeah, I wanted. I was 15 years old when I told my parents that I'm leaving Ukraine. It was my decision. Everyone, of course, will trying to make me stay in Ukraine to get degree in the Ukrainian best universities. They even told me, we pay money for you, but please stay in Ukraine. But no, I decided to be by myself, to work, to start to be independent, because I grew up in a little bit strict family. My father is a little bit restrictive to me. Yeah, we have.
Is that on like the religious side?
It's not about religion. It's about just conservative mind. It's like you need to be back at home till 6 p.m. You need to finish this by this time. Make your posture straight. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, and blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Wow. So, well, my next question was going to be, do you have a close relationship with your mum and dad?
I have a very close relationship with mom and dad. More with mom than dad, but still I love them. And
yes.
When I'm on the distance, our relationship is much better. Very close and much better.
Where was your first move then? Where did you first leave the Ukraine?
I was 16. I left Ukraine in my 16. I went to try myself in Shanghai because I won a grant, like scholarship in university. I was very happy to be independent. I started to work as every time in China. Here we do.
How did you get the scholarship here? Did you have to do tests or like you have to...
Exactly. Yeah, I already mentioned that I was studying Chinese in a special school.
Oh, right.
So I have this certificate. I mean, like HSK, if you're talking about this, that you need to prove your knowledge is about Chinese. I already done it. Yeah, it's like IELTS and TOEFL, the same procedure. And yeah, I just apply, mention my studies. Like what I'm applying for, which major, which city. It's very easy. It's very easy to do, actually. And yeah, I did it.
Was it the Jiaotong University here in Shanghai?
Tunghua University, West Yan'an Roads, yeah, nearby.
Right. And what was the first impression of Shanghai? I mean, coming from Kiev to the biggest city in the world, what were your first impressions?
Yeah, it's really the biggest city in the world. When I enter the metro, the subway, the time metro station were a little bit less than now, yeah, because they already added some extra metro stations. But that time I was like, oh,
what have I done?
Not to be lost there, yeah. And the amount of people is increasing. You want to see Vaitan, you cannot see Vaitan. Everyone is like, this is Chinese. I was very tired of this, you know. And when COVID happened, I was like, I understand how I hate people. Yeah, when there's especially a lot. How I hate tourism, like when especially people a lot. So this was kind of a gap of the rest from people during pandemic.
And yeah, like 2019 for me, that's when I come to Shanghai.
19, right? 19.
First time.
The golden time in China, in Shanghai.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 1st of January. And at that stage, it was one of the best cities to live in the world. So did you stay here or did you go back to the Ukraine 2020?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I tell you, only for 1 week. I bought tickets for 1 week. We have Orthodox Christmas. It's 7th of January. So
yes.
I bought tickets after Christmas, because before Christmas I was in Bali. I would it was like my plan to spend Christmas in Bali. But after I bought tickets to Ukraine only for 1 week, like 7 days.
What is the fascination about Bali? Like all the Eastern European people, a lot of them that I know think that Bali is like the place to be. If you go like a little bit further, you could go down to Australia, better beaches, beautiful country. But a lot of people just want to go to Bali. Why is that? Is it just because of the money? Is it cheaper to go there? Or?
No, I could not say. I'm very relevant to tourism. I was working in this area and on the market.
Oh, you were working.
Bali is not the cheapest destination to travel. Honestly, even now, people are earning a lot of money. The landlords, it's about real estate. People are buying villa and selling, or like making Airbnb business and booking business now. So to pay for villa $5,000 is not the cheap thing.
Definitely.
Of course, if you want to stay on the street, it's always cheap. Yeah, but if you need a comfort, I think the cheapest, like more cheap than Thailand or even Philippines, let's say, you will not find in Asia. So the Bali is about definitely something about magic, because we know Indonesia is a Muslim country, but only Bali is Hindu. So everything is like a bit cuckoo about crazy things, about rituals, about understanding your destiny. You can find many coaches, many Insta bloggers, the influencers. This is the place where you can maybe change your path of life. With some challenges and difficulties during staying in Bali. For example, Bali need to accept you, but you need a time that Bali can accept you. For example, when I arrived, Bali didn't accept me because my flight was delayed because of tsunami and earthquake in Jakarta.
Yeah, right.
It was
Remember
2020.
Yeah.
At the beginning of January, it was destroyed, and that
someone up there is not liking you. Like you just travel here, and something happens, then you go there, and something happens.
I always travel like this, unplanned plan. Yeah. So it was the flight was canceled, and it was a bit like challenge for me. I was very nervous, like why, when. But unfortunately, after 2 days, my phone was it's like fucked up. I don't know why, like no reason, no issue. Before it was working like din 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 din, and one day it just didn't turn on. I said, what the fuck? Do you have Apple Store? Do you have a service in Bali? No, the closest in Jakarta. I said, in Jakarta I cannot go. So I wait time till I get back to Shanghai and I repair my phone, and all my money was in fucking WeChat, is online. So
right, yeah.
I had a lot of problems with
Bali. They wouldn't even know what WeChat was, right? Bali.
Yeah. Then I get sick. Then something else.
Oh, the Bali Billy.
I was with my friend. And in the Bali is very popular about thieves. Like, for example, one guy is riding a bike. He see on the street is like passing a beautiful girl with iPhone, the last model. so he just take the phone and go away. This is yeah,
Okay.
frequently happens, and that happens to my friends. So we understand that Bali, it doesn't want to accept us, and thanks God, with 6 days we get back to Shanghai, very safe, very healthy, but with some issues already which were happened in Bali. But I understand Bali is too beautiful. It's too different. It's like on the one corner is different sunset, on the another is different waterfalls, beaches, jungles, the nature, the volcano. Oh, it's orgasm. It's orgasm for your eyes, let's say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
you need to work hard with challenges which you will face in Bali.
yeah. Well, people need to realize that it's a third world country as well. Like, it's a very poor country, and they rely so much on the tourism. And I went there in 2018, I think, and there was a lot of Ukraine and Russian people, I noticed, in certain areas. But for Australia, in our winter, when it's cold, we go to Bali because it's so cheap. They got these really cheap flights. It's only about 3 or 4 hours
I'm
to
sorry,
get.
it was 2019 or 18?
That I went to Bali. I think it was 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in 2018 it was much cheaper than now. Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
definitely. It
And,
was not
and
that promoted. It was not promoted enough than like other destinations.
yeah, but but they rely so much on the tourism, and then when the COVID hit, they got hit pretty hard because there was so many tourists there that got the COVID while they were in Bali, so they had to stay there. So what do you do when you have no money? You increase the prices. So now I guess that it's probably very expensive, like you said, to go there to Bali now. But I guess
especially from China, yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about your astrology now. Going through your WeChat, trying to get as many questions as I could. Where did all this start? Because I've interviewed some psychics. I've interviewed a fortune teller. So I've never done an astrology. So how did it all come about? Is it natural for you? Did you have to work really hard?
I get to astrology, honestly, in the end of 2019, maybe after Bali, exactly. But thanks pandemic, thanks Corona, I get this knowledge about life, how to feel, how to understand if you see something suspicious, how to make this jigsaw, yeah. And I understand that I need to dig deeply, but I need to find some coaches, and I found those people who were like the tutor, the teacher, shifu, yeah, we say, from Kazakhstan and from India.
Right.
I had people, yeah, who helped me to understand. So I was that person who was curious about everything. Like if I ask him what he said, if I ask him, I tried many things. I maybe waste a lot of money in someone's opinion. For me, it's I invest money into the knowledges which I'm using now. And I start from astrology, then it came tarot, then is numerology, then is palm reading, and now I'm in China and I'm searching for Bazi teacher. Bazi is Chinese astrology, basing on your date of birth, exactly the same methods as we are doing in Western astrology, but with Chinese, this one animals science. It's
very interesting.
It's complicated, but it works very well in the marriage system. If you want to find out the date when you get married or divorced or how many marriages and blah blah blah.
Wow. And how do the Chinese people react to it? Do you have more foreign people coming in to do a reading, or is it the Chinese people more acceptant?
I'm not promoted in China. I just came here, but
not yet.
I'm planning to set my business honestly to maybe open some store, yeah, and make some supernatural spiritual things, because actually Chinese, yeah, they're non-believers, they're skeptical, but they following some of the things. They have Chinese tarot, they have Chinese bazi, and I think there will be a lot of consumers. But I have for sure a lot of people from Ukraine, even from Russia, from Belarus, from this part, and even Europe, because where I am, all my clients, they are, like it happens like this. Just need to recommend. No need to even put some money for targeting, for advertisement. It's just like this. Like one friend, another friend, another. Yeah, like this. Very fast.
So what do you say to the people that are skeptical about this and want to try it but are a little bit skeptical? What do you say to people?
I never force people to get some service from me. Like it should come from the heart. So yes. I can say only this. After I tell you something, you won't be any more skeptical.
Yeah, you're exactly right. No, you're right.
And then yeah, it's like they're curious, like, what's he talking about? Yeah, maybe should I try? And yeah, I changed a lot of skeptical people. Now they're non-skeptical. Now they asking me 1,000 questions. What is going on? What will happen then? Yeah, then, and blah blah blah.
You're exactly right. What's the best piece of advice that you've ever had?
The best what?
Piece of advice you've ever been given?
Piece of advice. Piece of advice. I have a lot of advice. I'm the person with many pages of the books, because I like psychology, I like philosophy, and I'm a person like such a big philosopher. Many people hate me because I think too much and I'm giving a lot of advices. But with now time, yeah, we already mentioned the sentences today. We need to live one day. We don't need to go ahead. We don't need to stay in the past. We need to live with one day. And if you get opportunities, just take actions. So just be here all the time, and don't wait, and don't be lazy to start something. Just do it with one day.
What advice would you give to a young Ukraine girl that's sort of undecided about what she wants to do in life? But what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, maybe it's not related only about girls. It's about all people who stay in Ukraine. That
yeah.
I don't need to give advice to them. Really, I need to respect them. I need to respect them. They are fighting for my country. That they staying with us everywhere, like for all Ukrainians, wherever they are, in Spain, in Portugal, in Canada, in Australia, in China. We are all together around. We helpful. We do good job, and we have a faith and big hope, which we don't need to lose, to defend and protect our country and to see in near future.
Definitely. That's very well said. And to finish off, as I always do at the end, I ask you some simple questions, and you tell me your top 2 or 3 favorite things as of today. Don't think too hard of it. Just whatever comes to mind are your top 2 or 3 things. Are you ready, Maria?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So who are your top 2 or 3 favorite musical artists of all time?
Musical artists. I'm a singer actually, and I like.
We didn't even talk about that. You had a band here in China. I saw that, and you're an amazing singer. I've watched videos and very impressed.
I like singing. It's because I didn't sing in my childhood. My parents, they were actually skeptical to this. They said, you don't need to waste your time, just work on your studies, learn languages, blah blah blah, keep following. But I am a creative person. I cannot become a financial analytic, manager. I cannot be a real estate manager. I'm not about accounting. I always like to try something. So I didn't sing in Ukraine, so I'm singing now. Yeah, in Shanghai, in Ukrainian restaurant Hello Kiev. You know, maybe you heard. I'm singing there. And actually, my singing career started in China. For that, I'm very thankful. That someone, put trust on me and faith in my singing future. In near future, probably I would like to visit. You know, like The Voice. The China has talent, or The Voice, something like this.
Ah, there you go.
I want to try.
So cool.
So
I think pursue it. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
I think, yeah,
I invite you for my performance very soon.
Yeah. Yes, come. So yeah, your top 2 or 3 favorite artists.
I don't have 3. I have many. I have 100.
I know.
I like 3 genres. It's rock. It's jazz. It's even pop. Yeah. So let's say I like Adele very much. Adele.
Come on.
I like Nirvana, and I like Arctic Monkeys.
There you go. Sorry, your top 3 favorite cuisines. Food.
Not Chinese, definitely.
Ooh, interesting.
I hate it. I'm sorry. Sorry, China. Sorry, Xi Jinping. I hate Chinese food. I have big problems, you know. First, when you come here, you're very picky, about which oil they're using. I didn't know when I arrived. I didn't know that they're using pig oil, you know.
Oh,
pig.
Yes.
And it's very harmful for your digestive system and for your skin care and blah blah blah. And I understand. I started to follow like Muslim people are doing. Yeah, only halal, because it's the way how they live their style. And I was following the same. I was eating only in halal restaurants. I mean, about Chinese food, because I cannot go to any Chinese restaurant and to eat any food. I need to be, you know, very, very confident what they put in, what they add in. It's about spices, about oil, and many kind of food. I like high quality food because I used to eat it. Yeah, I'm from Europe. Come on, like eat a normal food. We don't save money for food. We even can give more than to eat this as instant noodles. And but I like jiaozi. I can eat only jiaozi. I like dumplings. So the best cuisine. I like Ukrainian cuisine. I miss a lot. So please let me put tick here. Ukrainian cuisine, Georgian cuisine.
Yes, I've heard about that. Yes.
And Indian cuisine.
Come on, love it. I don't know why it gets a bad rap, Indian food. I love it.
I love curry, chicken curry, biryani, chicken masala, chapati, naan. Ooh la la.
Agreed. Last question, Maria. Who is your greatest inspiration / hero, and why?
Our President Zelensky.
That's a good one.
Yes. For now, he is on the top, on the range.
He's turned into like a cult hero now. He's like, he's got all these millions and millions of followers on social media, and yeah, that's a good one. And you don't really have to say why, because we all know why. He's
a simple person. He's like we are. He doesn't need to wear Gucci, Armani, Louis Vuitton. He wears like simple mass market. And
yes.
Why I respect him, because all our presidents in our corrupted Ukrainian country, they are all motherfuckers. They could not face to this kind of challenges, and for them the best way was just escape. But he is the first one who didn't escape. He's still there. We know the address. He doesn't hide. So respect a lot. That's
great. So cool. Maria, thank you very much for your time. What an amazing story. And I think you've got a bright future, especially with the music. I'm sorry that we should have spent more time talking about your music and your singing, but yeah, hopefully, like with your Instagram, and we can share it more with your singing. And all the best for the future with your astrology and your business as well.
Yeah, it was also a great time to talk to you.